Shalom from the holy city of Jerusalem. I stand here just a mere stone's throw from the old city of Jerusalem, a place where the holy temple stood so many years ago. This is a place where God's presence is felt more than anywhere in the world. It's actually a place where Jews from around the world come home to walk in the land of their ancestors, to come here to pray and beseech from above for everything and anything they need spiritually and materially. This week, I had the great privilege and honor to marry off our son, Rabbi Levi, to his beautiful bride, Mushka Hendel from Jerusalem, who is now Mrs. Mushka Techtel. Wow, what a wedding. What a special joy to observe as all of our children, grandchildren and siblings, parents and friends from around the world who have come to join together to celebrate such happy times together. As I was dancing on the wedding floor, doing my workout for the year, I noticed how the dance pace at a Hasidic wedding is pretty intense. But the selection is pretty much standard. It's called a hora. The hora, and yet another version of the hora. When you think of it, the hora actually fits the marital theme. Dancers stand in close proximity. They hold hands and dance in a tightly knit circle. I mean, can you ask for a better wedding metaphor? The newlyweds also hope to live at close quarters, hold hands, and maintain a close relationship. The circle of the dancers represent perfect equality, as it has no beginnings or no end, no head or no tail, no top or no bottom. The hora is actually a beautiful dance, but there was one moment which really hit home. The dance floor was circling with various styles of the hora when two young Hasidim squared off before the groom, and they began a very intricate yet soulful dance. I don't know the name of this wonderful dance, but for the purposes of this video today, I named it the Inspired Dance. The dance floor emptied as everyone paused to enjoy the spectacle. The dancers faced each other at a distance, but acknowledged each other with a bow. The dancers began as they slowly circled each other. Alternatively, they faced towards each other and then away from each other. They were very animated, angling back and forth. They alternated between drawing closer and pulling further. I mean, to me, the choreographed steps told an exquisite tale of two people who are yearning for each other, but were not yet ready to reach out. The dancers, they hesitated. They surrendered. They went back and forth. They drew closer, and again they pulled back once more. They weren't yet ready. There was so much more to explore about each other and about themselves. They reluctantly pulled away, and they gazed at each other from a distance. And as the dance progressed, so did the pace. The dancers wound their way across the floor. They advanced, they pulled back, drawing each time progressively closer and closer. They twisted, they turned, barely avoided touching each other, nearly colliding in their quest for this mutual closeness. The dance wound to an end as the dancers reached their peak, and they finally approached each other and engaged in it was a hesitant moment, but a beautiful warm embrace. The dancers exulted it, and the spectators applauded, celebrating the triumph of happiness as they hugged one another. This drama played itself out on the dance floor is really a story that echoes the journey of married life. Because marriage requires enthusiasm, commitment, and above all, continuous labor. It takes work. It's a never-ending process of drawing together, but also a never-ending challenge of overcoming obstacles. I mean, after all, friends, marriage brings together a man and a woman, each with their own nature, their own characteristics, actually from opposite streams of life. Men are from Mars, women are from Venus. But there's a loving unity between spouses, as you know, that is constant, but sometimes not constant. And sometimes the love flares up and sometimes it recedes. But it's like the dance. It rises and it falls. There are peaks and dips. There are advances and retreats. The hora, on the other hand, it maintains a steady pace of close contact with very little drama. There's no fanfare, no triumph, just a steady pace, symbolic more of the relationship between siblings than a husband and wife. I mean, my siblings and I, we play our own little dance. It's not passionate and bold, but it's actually more natural and easy. And what's more, it lasts forever. But a married couple, they must work hard to achieve their loving bond. And once they achieve it, there's no guarantee of permanence. It might erupt in explosive passion or fade away on the dying embers of love. But the inspired dance, the one at the wedding, is creative, it's dramatic. The hora is natural and predictable. So the question we must ask ourselves is, with whom shall we dance the hora? And with whom the inspired dance? And this is also the question we must ask ourselves as Jewish people. Which of these two do we dance with God? King Solomon actually employed both metaphors in Shir HaShirim, the Song of Songs, when he describes God meeting with us. He says, I have come to my garden, my sister, the bride. Basi lagani alachosi kala. On one hand, God and us, we are as distant as infinity as he's from the finite. I mean, he's the creator and we're merely the created. In this sense, our dance is the square dance. We reach across this gulf and we struggle to achieve and then maintain a connection. Yet at the same time, God's bond with us pierces the core of our essence. Even the most assimilated Jew can't cease being a Jew. On the deepest level, we are claimed by God. Like a sibling who cannot sue for divorce, our dance is the hora forever, together in an eternal circle that grips us in a tight embrace. So I wish my son Levi and our new daughter Lamushka a heartfelt mazal tov and a life filled with dancing, both the hora and the inspired. I wish you all a Shabbat Shalom from the holy city of Jerusalem and look forward to spending the Jewish New Year with you all. Be well. Shabbat Shalom.